Happy Saturday. I want to talk about the number one lie that most people, including myself and anybody that I've actually met, for instance, believe about success. In fact, I've met some of the most successful people on the planet that still believe this. And if they don't think so, that's what's stopping them. You have to expose this lie to realize the truth. And the lie is that to reach your goals, it has to be hard. To do the thing that you say that you want to do, it has to be difficult. And because there's this thing that if success was easy, everyone would have it. That's true. But the lie that everyone believes is that the things that they need to do to be successful have to be hard, and they couldn't possibly be that simple. Otherwise, it wouldn't really be success. And have I really earned the right to be successful? In fact, if it was that simple, it can't possibly be that thing, because success is supposed to be hard. So I'm going to look for everything else but that thing that I should be doing to find success. And this is the number one lie that most people believe when they have a goal. They've set up a goal. And I notice this with everybody that I coach with, clients that I consult with, businesses that I've worked with, and even myself. Is we have a goal, there's an activity that we're supposed to be doing, and yet we do the 500 things but that one activity, because we're saying it can't possibly be that one thing that's keeping me from getting there. It has to be all these other things. And this is the number one lie that I see people doing, because they're not willing to take ownership over that one thing. They want to blame that one thing on outside influences, experiential circumstances, environmental factors. Because it can't possibly be that one thing, like being willing to get over your fears. Can't possibly be doing content on social media. It can't possibly be time management. It can't possibly be project management. It has to be all these other reasons why we're not being successful. And then people spin around in circles for years, trying to find the next best system, the next best mentor, the next best coach to help them be successful and productive and do more. Because it can't possibly be anything else that they've learned up to this point. So I'm looking for that secret thing that I've missed, because they refuse to take ownership over that one thing that is actually what's going to do it. And we prioritize the should do's in our life over the need to do's. And we refuse to do what we need to do because we refuse to take responsibility for that. And so we do what makes us feel good. It manifests in us the feeling of success without ever getting there. We do the things that we say, oh, well, I should be doing this because successful people say they do this, but it can't possibly be that one thing that I've been avoiding for 5 years. It can't possibly be me starting over and being willing to start from scratch, even though I'm 30 years in the industry. It can't possibly be me getting past my ego and humbling myself. That can't possibly be why. It has to be something else. Or it can't possibly be that I'm afraid to look bad to people. I'm not afraid to look bad to people. It's something else. It's something else. And we negotiate away the very thing that we need to do, because we believe this lie that it can't possibly be that simple. It can't possibly be so simple that it's that one little thing that we're not taking ownership of. And we spin around in circles trying to find the next solution, the next best podcast, the next book, the next teacher, the next mentor, the next program, the next course, the next coach to help us get to the next level. And that helps. It does. I'm a coach. I'm somebody that coaches people through this stuff, because most people can't identify it themselves. They need somebody else from the outside to say it. But the number one lie that most people believe is that it can't possibly be that one thing. It couldn't be that simple, because if success was that simple, everybody would have it. So it has to be hard for it to really be success. It couldn't be that simple. That's the lie that most people believe, is that it couldn't be that simple. That one little thing, that 1-2 little thing, or starting at step one, or maybe rolling back to the beginning and humbling yourself to learn something new, laying your pride aside and being vulnerable enough to say, I don't know how to do this and I need help, and asking for help. It couldn't possibly be that. And this is what I see people doing constantly, and I do it myself. I do it all the time. It couldn't possibly be that simple. Could it? And then as soon as I'm like, wait, what if it is that simple? And I end up doing that thing that I've been avoiding. Everything else around me starts to break through. Pieces start to fall in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 after another, because I've already lined up everything else. But man, what if I had done that one thing I've been avoiding 18 months ago? I would be 18 months further ahead. And then we start to compare and have comparison and guilt and shame and worry and regret. And we wallow in that regret of what we didn't do instead of just moving forward. Because after all, it couldn't be that simple. If it was that simple, everybody would be successful, right? Wrong. That's a lie that most people believe. The fact is, success is difficult because identifying that simple thing and humbling yourself to do the simple things consistently is difficult until you do it. And then once you do it, you're like, wow, this wasn't so bad. And then you start to stack those experiences over time and do those things that you know to do, and start to trust yourself more, and start to ask more questions, and start to find out, learn new things that you don't know, instead of believing that you know everything already. The number one lie that I see that most people believe about success is they already know how to get there. And it couldn't possibly be that simple. It has to be something else. The biggest thing that you need to do is to break through, to go to the next level, to focus on what is the little thing that consistently that you can crush it at today, and then keep moving forward. Grow your life, everybody, and we'll talk soon.